Well, about a year ago, I made a gear list for the Pacific Crest Trail. Now I'm going to make a post-trail gear list to help you guys out. Show you what gear I used and what I sent home and all that stuff. So let's do it. Well, here's all my gear laid out for you guys. Just going to go through it with you, see what helped me out and what I sent home and stuff. So let's do it. And this is my rain tarp for my pack, my rain cover. My pack held up really well and got that pocket on there. Added some stuff, like I've found this on the trail. I made my own cross. I found this bullet on the trail, added it on my pack, and got my old tags and stuff. It's awesome. Got my rag got all tore up. Yeah, that's my pack. But my sleeping bag. It held up pretty good. Everything held up pretty good. Can't really complain. Just my inside pack cover. Here's my tent. It held up pretty good, except the zipper. The zipper started going out, and I had to like improvise to make it work. But it worked the whole time. But if I go on another trip, I'll be getting a new tent. That's for sure. There's my sleeping pad. It got pretty worn, but it still worked out. Got my food bags here. I missed the trail. I wish I could go back, but another through hike coming up in a while. But here's my gaiters, some rattlesnake gaiters. I kind of honestly miss wearing them every day. They were really helping me out. This is probably the best piece of gear I had the whole time. Gave me peace of mind. I counted about 40 snakes the whole time I was out there. It was like 10 rattlesnakes. But you can see these got all worn out down here. And let me show you the other one. But for nearly 3,000 miles, they held up quite well. And here's my buff. And here's my pants. I use this hat every night when I was sleeping, pretty much. And my hat. I had a different hat, but when I was in the back of a truck hitchhiking, it flew off my head, and I just turned back and I see it like 200 feet away from me. It was pretty funny. And here was my long johns. I wore these like every day. They basically were my underwears. Have a lot of holes and stuff in them, but I definitely like these a lot. My shirt, it held up the whole time too. It's a lot cleaner than it was when I was out there though. And my town shirt. And here's my darn toe socks. I use these the whole time, and they just have some holes in them, but for that long, I would say they held up quite well. You can't complain for one pair of socks to go that far. Here's the shoes I used. It was I bought these in Etna, California. I made them all the way to the end. And the shoes got some wear on them. The bottoms are really worn. Let me go in the light so you can see. Yeah, and then I made it like 1,100 miles with these, I believe. Can't complain. And I wore my camp shoes right here. Like $10 on Amazon. Definitely recommend these. These are great to put on after you're done hiking. These are really nice to put on. It got burned in a fire one time, or in my stove, I should say. So it melted it some. And then I used my phone charger a lot. That was battery charger, power bank, and then my little toothbrush and repair kit. I used my repair kit a lot. I had to do a lot of sewing and stuff on my stuff, and duct tape was really helpful. And I always read the Bible. My Bible this is the Bible I take when I go hiking. Nice size and all that. It's really helpful. And I use this bag for like putting my food in at the end of the night and hanging it up and stuff. And all my clothes, the stuff that smells, like toothpaste and all that. Here's my beer can. Here's my microspikes. I only use these like 3 times, and then I sent them home. In Kennedy Meadows North, I sent them home. And here's a couple pairs of underwear I sent home because I didn't use them much. And I used these in the bear can in the Sears, and after that I sent it home. I used my bear net, my bug net. I used that a couple times. I'm really happy I had it. It got really buggy in a few areas. I'm really happy I had that. And here's my my headlamp. I used that a few times when I was at night and when I was reading and all that. Oh, this is like really nice piece of gear. My multi-tool. I got this because I lost my knife. And I use this thing a lot. Helped me save my tent many times and just helped a lot. Another really good piece of gear right here. Here's my Sawyer squeeze and this bag. It got all worn out, but it still worked. I didn't use that much. This is my bear hanging kit. I used it a few times, but. And I used the good old trowel that definitely didn't fail me. I'm glad I had that. Actual good trowel. There was some pretty hard ground out there, so I had to. I'm glad I didn't have a deuce of spades. That wouldn't have held up. Here's my guide. I used this and then the Half Mile app. I wrote a lot of stuff in here. Let me go in the back. Yeah, this is like my notebook pretty much. I wrote a lot of stuff in here. Lots of stuff in here. Because I didn't have any paper. That was my paper pretty much. And here's my permit I had for the hike. Here's my hiking pole. I'll put it up. Show you its features. This is for my hand. To keep my hand warm when I was hiking. I found this stuff, all this stuff on the trail. This is paracord wrapped around, and then there's some feathers I had. There's another giant feather I found out there. I found this danger stuff. I put it on my hiking pole. I like to customize my stuff when I'm out there. And then I put this paracord at the bottom to strengthen the tip because it started to break the wood and all that. Here's my other one I used from the Appalachian Trail. Let me show you this one. Well, my trail name's Thor, so that's the reason I put the hammerhead on there, wrapped it with paracord, and then I found this stick out there in the woods, and then I customized it as I went on the Appalachian Trail. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. I'll be making another one for my next through hike. And then I have my cook kit right here. Use this every night. Some people don't, but I really like to have hot meal at the end of the day. And that stuff lasted really good. The pocket rocket is still, probably use it for my next trip again. And then here's my rain jacket. I used that a few times. Definitely glad I had that. Some days got really cold, and I'm glad I had it. For the extra layer protection and the gloves, I used that a few times. But that's pretty much all I had. Yeah, pretty much that's all I had. So, hope you guys helped you out, and see you on the next one.